Hey everyone, today we are going to be making sea turtles with oil pastels and watercolors. And you're also going to need a little bit of salt. So make sure you grab a plate, a thick piece of paper. I'm actually using watercolor paper. You need something thick because if your paper is too thin, it will rip. And then you get your watercolors, a brush, and oil pastels. For the watercolors, we just need blue and green today. And then if you have it, get some table salt because we're gonna use that effect for the background. Okay, so take your plate and place it on the corner right there of your paper. And then you're gonna take a pencil and you're just gonna trace all the way around. So you'll notice that it doesn't make a full circle because some of it fell off the page, okay? And then the next thing you're gonna do is make, I call this a rainbow shape. And I'll try and make it darker so everyone can see it, okay? I'll go over this too. You don't have to make this darker, but I'm doing this so that all my friends at home can see. Okay. And then I'm going to skip a little bit of a space and I'm just going to make those little flippers kind of falling off the page for our turtle, okay? Our turtle is swimming this way. All right, so now it's time to get our oil pastels. And I'm gonna start with black, okay? And with the black, I'm going to outline the pencil marks we made. I'm gonna go over it two times. There. Okay. If you don't have oil pastels at home, just use crayons. That's okay too. Crayons will work just fine because that will resist the watercolors still. Okay, and now I'm gonna make a circle around. I'm gonna follow the shape. So it's really not a circle because remember, some of it fell off the page. But I'm just gonna follow this shape. I'm making another one like that. You can go over that one again to make it darker. There. All right, and now we're gonna make lines like this all the way around. Okay. Okay, so the middle part, it's gonna have other shapes, but they're gonna be different sizes. So you can really just start them right here and make different size shapes. There's no wrong way to do this. Okay. There are all my shapes in the middle. All right, now I'm gonna put the black away and I'm gonna get a green color. And I'm gonna do green, my head. We're using oil pastels, or you can use green crayon. We're just filling it all in. Same thing with the arms. Trying to be careful not to go on top of the black too much because then it will smudge. But it's okay if it smudges too because we're going to be putting other colors on top. Okay, so we got our green. And we got to do the other arm. Okay. Now I'm going to take a lighter green, and if you don't have a lighter green, you can use yellow too. And take a look at what happens when you put another color on top. It blends in, it fills in all those white spaces, really nice. I'm going to try and hold it up closer. Do you see what's happening there? So we're just going to put this other color, the lighter green, on top. This is a two-step project today, so after we color with the oil pastels, if you get tired, just take a break and then you can come and do the watercolor part later, because this video is always available. You can come back to it, you can press pause and then come back, that's fine. Okay, so I added my lighter color in there. And now I'm gonna make my shell bright and fun. So I'm gonna add all different colors. So I'm gonna put some yellow here and maybe some yellow here. And we're gonna have all our colors blend and mix together, so it's okay if it does some of that. It's all good. So just pick some places where you wanna add a color. Because then I'm gonna switch colors, okay? I'm gonna switch and I'm gonna go with orange. Oop, that one's broken. Okay, so I got orange now. All right, and I'm gonna put some orange in here. We're gonna blend them a little bit. Okay, now let's get some blue. That's the fun thing about art. Maybe you've never seen a turtle that has blue and orange and all these colors, but guess what? In art, you can make it whatever you want. So with this color, I'm going to do some blending with a lighter blue once I place it wherever I want. So now I'm going to take a light blue, if my fingers will let me. There we go. And I'm just going to go over it, and it's going to do some more blending. The longer you spend on this project and the more time you put in, the nicer it's going to look. So try not to rush through it. I'm going to put this light blue on top of the dark blue too a little bit. Okay. And I want some red. Do you have a favorite color? Make sure you use your favorite color on this project. And with the red, I am going to mix some with orange. I'll use this one. See how I just go right on top? Okay. And I think I want to do some red and blue together. So I'm going to pick up my red again. And I'm going to do some red and blue and we'll see what happens. I love mixing colors like this. Okay, so we got the red. Now we're going to take some blue on top. And when you go on top of it, it's turning purple. So this is with the dark blue. I'm getting a dark, dark purple. Let's try the light blue and see what happens. Cool, we get like a lavender color. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm gonna put some of this color on top too and lighten it up a little bit. We're getting there with our turtle. Let's see. Let's try this color. We haven't done this color yet. Okay, so we're just going to add some of this color in there. I think I'm going to use the light green now. We haven't used this color. And let's see, maybe this one. And you don't have to do the same colors I'm doing. You can do your own take on this piece. If you want to, you can blend them with your finger, which I think it's fun. You'll get messy. All right. Okay, so once you have your turtle all colored in the way you like, we are going to wash, or you can wipe your hands off, and then we're going to get our watercolors and our paintbrush. You just need one paintbrush for this and a cup of water. One more thing I almost forgot to do, which is fun, before we use the watercolor. I'm taking a white pastel and I'm just going to make some bubbles. You're not going to be able to see them right now. And then you could also make some swirly lines if you want to. I'm just making some wavy lines. Okay. It's something you can't see because it's on white, but it will appear when we put the watercolor on. And if you want to, you can add a little bit of white on top of the head, a little white on the arms. Up to you. Okay, so now we're ready. So I got my brush. I'm going to wet my brush, and I'm just going to put some water on my paper first. I'm wetting my paper. Okay, so I got some water on my paper. Now I'm going to take some blue, and we're just going to put some blue water. Cool, right? See how it won't stick to where I made the bubbles? I'm going to skip a space because I want some space for the green. I'm just spreading this out because I want it to dry fast. I don't want it to take too long to dry. Okay, now I'm going to get a little more water on my paper. And it's hard to tell which color is which. I'm going to add a little more blue. And you don't have to worry about being too careful over here because the paint will not stay on top of the oil pastel. See? It just won't stay on it. It'll wipe right off. Okay, so here's my blue. I'm going to do a little bit more blue down here. Cool, right? All right, wet your brush, wash it off a little bit. And now dip your brush in the green. And I'm just gonna put some green in between the areas where it was left white. And I wanna overlap it on top of the blue a little bit. So I'm putting it right on top. Some more over here. Okay. And for this part, you kind of have to work fast because we want all of this to stay wet. In fact, you might even want to work in sections. So while this is still wet, and I have the fan going in my room here, so while it's still wet, you just take a little salt. It's optional, you don't have to do this, and then you just sprinkle some salt on it. But it has to be nice and wet still for this to work. So you can go over it again to make sure it's good and wet. And then take a little, I almost forgot we were using salt today, and then take a little salt and drop that on. Might make a little bit of a mess. I'll add a little more blue so that it's still wet for the salt. I usually like to have my salt poured in a bowl so I can just pinch it. Okay, some more green. Letting my green touch my blue. Just putting more salt on it. And then you'll see it'll start to make these cool reactions. Isn't that awesome? Okay, and you just go ahead and add colors wherever you want. It's your painting. Okay, I have that there. I'm finished feeling. So here it is, our sea turtles with oil pastels and watercolors. I hope you had fun today. Make sure you take a picture and show me your art. I hope you had fun. Have a great day.